Whee!
Hello everyone, this is InsaneJ, and today I am on the HappyDiggers AMP server, and I'm going to show you guys a bit of ME crafting. We use the ME system for pretty much everything in our base. We use it to automate crafting and to automatically process ores and stone, and well, pretty much anything we do is connected to the ME system here. And today I'm going to show you guys a little bit about what's involved into making the ME system run, basically making it do what it does. So I thought of an example to show you guys, and it has to do with the ME system, particularly the Certus quartz, which is used for pretty much anything related to the ME system itself. So these precision import buses, export buses, cables, you name it, it uses this Certus quartz. Now we always seem to have more quartz, more dust than quartz, and in previous versions of Feed the Beast you could well, basically convert between the dust and the quartz, but no longer. So what we need to do is figure out a way to get the quartz anyway, other than digging up more Certus quartz ore. And fortunately there is a way, and it's through this chemical reactor from GregTech. Here you can see the recipe, and that's what we're going to make using the ME system. So we have this ME assembler containment wall. No, that's not it. It's called the ME molecular assembler chamber, and here you can see a bunch of recipes were already programmed in. So now I'm going to program the chemical reactor. I'm going to take the bottom recipe. I already got the things I need, except for the advanced chipsets. So I need to get one of those first. There's only so much you can do to prepare, right? Okay, here we go. Put these in, and that gives me a chemical reactor. So hit the encode button, and that gives me an encoded pattern. Always clear after you're done so other people can use it. I'm going to put this recipe into the assembler chamber, and I'm going to put the materials in so it doesn't have to craft them again. And now I can craft a chemical reactor, and it's instantly done because it already had all the recipes in storage. So with this chemical reactor, going to need to find a spot where to put it. I'm not sure if Swerve is using this over here. Let's see, are we crafting anything complicated? Yeah, those are going to take a while, but I'm going to cancel them anyway, so it doesn't matter. There's one thing you need to keep in mind. Whenever you connect something to the ME network, it will reset any crafting orders currently running. So keep that in mind. I'm going to put the chemical reactor over here, and then what I'm going to do is get a transformer upgrade and an overclocker, and I'm going to put those in. And this is so that it will, the transformer upgrade will enable this machine to use more power per tick, and the overclocker will make it work faster and at the cost of more energy. Now the next thing I need to do is get a bunch of other stuff. What do I need? I need an ME interface block, which we do not have in stock currently. We usually have a bunch of them in stock, but well, not now. Oh, here you can see it currently crafting. I have to wait for a bit of glass. We're always running out of glass for some reason. It takes a while to make it. I don't know where we make it, but it's a slow process. Okay, that's the first one, ME interface. There we go. Okay, so the ME interfaces are needed because you can store recipes in them. So just like that big cube over there that holds all our recipes, the ME interface will also hold recipes. And then I can put a import bus at the bottom, set it to move stacks. So basically what this does is ME interface puts stuff into the machine processes it, and the precision import bus will take out whatever it was working on. I'm going to try to hit it with a wrench. That's weird. Oh, it's a GregTech wrench. Let me get this one. So it will try to put recipes into whatever is below it. Now the next thing I need to do is get the recipe for the Certus quartz, and we can look that up in NEI. Certus quartz dust, and the recipe I'm looking for is this one. So I need Certus quartz dust, which we have plenty, and I need sodium dust, which we do not have yet, but we can make it from, let's see, here it is, the industrial electrolyzer. So if you put clay dust in the industrial electrolyzer, you will get sodium dust and some other things. Now I think we already have a recipe for lithium dust. Let me check. Yes, we can craft lithium dust already, which is basically the same recipe. I think it's in one of these machines. Yeah, here it is. Tiny pile of lithium dust with 2 nether quartz. Okay, so it's a different recipe. So let's just pretend that never happened. So what I need is a bunch of clay. Is it clay or clay dust? Take out both. Currently I cannot craft a clay block yet, which is probably something I will need to program in. Let's see, yeah, it's clay dust, and we get the clay dust from universal macerator. Yeah, that's the best one. So if you put a clay block into a macerator, you will get 2 clay dust, and a clay block is made from 4 clay. So I'm going to program that recipe. 4 clay will give me a clay block. So now the system knows how to make a clay block. And if I take a clay block, so 1 clay block will get me 2 clay dust. So what I did here was put in the recipe, and I pre-programmed the output. Normally when you put something in here, like for clay, it will tell you, it knows exactly that it's going to produce this clay block, because it's shapeless crafting. But in this case we are going to use a machine, and so it doesn't know what it's going to output, so I'm putting it in here manually. Okay, so I got the recipe. Now let's test to see if it actually works. Do we have a macerator somewhere? Well, I hope we have a macerator, because I'm not sure the automatic macerator works. No, it does. So let's see what it gives us. Almost there. Yeah, 2 clay dust. Okay, that's fine. So I can put the recipe in here, and now I can order clay dust. So we should have 2 clay dust in the system, and I can order, well, if I order 1 I get 2, because it does in increments of 2 because of the recipe. So we'll let that simmer for a while. That will give me the clay dust I need. And by the looks of things, it's a different kind of clay dust, but it shouldn't matter because it's registered in the ore dictionary, hopefully. But it's a good thing to know, because I need to program the recipe with the one I can actually produce. So I got 2 more clay dust here. So this clay dust can well, do whatever it wants to. We're not using it. We're using this one. It's a different kind of clay dust, as you can see. So now that we have our clay dust, we can take the industrial centrifuge. Just going to order a bunch of clay dust. Okay, I see what's going on here. It's probably still waiting for the clay dust. No? No. Yeah, I'm confusing myself here. That's not good. This is the 4261. It's a different kind, so I need to change this recipe. Put it back in. This is the clay dust we're getting from this recipe. There we go. Now let's try ordering some clay dust again. Let's order a whole stack. As you can see, it's making clay blocks. And now it's waiting for the materials to be processed, which is currently happening over here. And we're getting clay dust. Good. Okay, so we have 8, and I think we needed 7. To get we need 7 clay dust in the recipe to get 2 sodium dust. So I'm going to put 7 clay dust in our industrial electrolyzer. And that will give us a bunch of stuff. So I got it all out. Because what we can do with this is program in all the recipes at once. So this is lithium dust. Very nice. Okay. We're going to make 2 sodium dust with 7, no, not 8, come on, 7 clay dust. There we go. And we can make this one as well. Or silicon dust. That's not very interesting. No, I'll just keep it like this. So I'm going to put these 2 recipes into the ME interface above the industrial electrolyzer. Sorry. Now we can order a bunch of sodium. Put these in, not too smart. Okay, so let's get 10 sodium dust. Now the next step is probably the last one. Yeah, we're almost there. So I need 3 Certus quartz and 1 sodium dust to make 1 Certus quartz crystal. Let's get one of these, some of this. So 1, 2, 3. 1 gets me one of these, and we can put this recipe over here into the ME interface that's connected to the chemical reactor. Okay, so I'm going to put my stuff back in the machine. Let's see, we have exactly 3600 Certus quartz right now. So let's see if I can order, well, let's just order 1 to begin. So now it should be processing. Yep, machine turned on, it's working, and I got a Certus quartz. Very nice. So yeah, that's basically how we program all these machines, and as you can see, it can be quite involving, or quite complex, I should say, to get all the recipes in. It's quite a lot of work programming everything, but it's also a lot of fun to do, figuring out what's the best way to do it. There's one more thing I would like to do. If we take a look in our ME system, we have almost 250,000 grass blocks, which are absolutely useless, except for one thing. We can use grass, not to smoke it, but if we put it in an industrial centrifuge, we get clay and sand, which is useful for glass, and some compressed plants, which we can use for biofuel later on. But I'm mainly interested in the clay right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up an industrial centrifuge with an export bus, and of course I need an port bus, thank you. And this will enable me to get a ton of clay, which we can use to get the Certus quartz. So let's get some grass. Move stacks, please. Put it in. And now this centrifuge will process all the grass into clay day and night. So it's helping us get rid of something that's otherwise useless. And it will give us potentially a lot of materials we can use for expanding the ME system and producing power. Although I'm pretty sure it's costing us more power than it will ever give us from the biofuel we could make with it. But it's still nice to have. So that's it for now. I hope you guys found this video informative, useful, liked watching it. If you did, please rate, comment and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.